You are now listening to Nostalgia Untitled.
Come hang out with us as we travel back in time.
You know your history.
To the 90s and 2000s. The memories.
I'm True.
And I'm AJ.
Stick around while we talk about some of our old school favorite classics.
Now let's get nostalgic up in here.
What it do, mis amores? For today's episode, we're gonna dive into one of my favorite works of art, Cowboy Bebop.
Hey.
But to be more specific, I'm going to talk about the one and only Spike Spiegel. And before you even start, AJ, it's not because he's so scrumdiddlyumptious. Today, I plan to dive into the mechanisms of our bounty hunter and explore why he is such a great main character. But before we get into it, let me not get too ahead of myself. How have you been this week? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. You know, the hurricane of LA is over.
It better be.
Anyway, it kind of stopped raining, right? It was a hurricane. It was an earthquake. So we've been kind of getting the brunt of it. We've been getting a lot of it recently.
I'm literally flying out to California tomorrow morning, and part of me has been panicking because by the end of the week, I'll be closer to LA, and hearing all this stuff happening out there, I'm like, bro, am I going to be safe out there? Am I going to be able to make it back home?
You're a Boston girl. You know what a hurricane feels like.
I've actually have never felt a hurricane in my life. Like hurricanes, earthquakes, I can't recall ever feeling one. Just because I'm a Boston girl don't mean I'm equipped for this kind of weather. I've never had any kind of
There's
issues
no
like that
hurricanes in
before.
Boston?
I mean, we've had them, but I can't recall ever feeling them. Not that I can remember. You know how long it's been since I've been back there? Shit. Hey, we catching flights out here. We catching flights.
But, I mean, Maryland got I feel like got every hurricane that ever possible. Like, I swear. Hurricanes that turned into tropical storms. It was a mess.
I mean, no, I can't recall. I was going to say something about Dominican Republic, but even at that, nothing crazy happens out there like that.
Nothing?
No. I mean, it'll rain. It'll get a little breezy. Trees will be hooting and hollering. I mean, there's been times where our roofs in Dominican Republic would but I just chalked it up to bad rain,
Yeah.
Gotta bring out the bins because, you got holes in the roof.
Not you about to join the plot of the Wizard of Oz. You about to blow away.
But I just chalk it up to we don't got strong roofs out there. You don't really got to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. For us, we would go through power outages. We had tornado warnings. We had blizzards.
I mean, we had power outages. We always say to have a generator in Dominican Republic. If you were broke if you didn't have a generator.
Yeah.
Because when that power out would go out, you sitting in the dark.
Damn, you just called me poor because we didn't have a generator. It was candlelight.
In America, we definitely didn't have it. Yeah, candle. You be in America.
Yeah.
No generators. In Dominican Republic, we rich as fuck out there, boy. In La República Dominicana, we got money. Here, nah. It was so funny. My dad would tell. Side note. My dad used to always tell me stories about when he was in Dominican Republic and how he felt like such a baller because Dominican money does not amount to American money. So he would bring his little coins from out there, and boy, he'd be big balling. He'd be like, "You want the big Corona? You can have the big Corona tonight. Go ahead, on me." On the house.
Well, we'll get back to the States. You know what?
Broke as shit.
Listen, for me, me growing up, we had all those things. We had blizzards, we had hurricanes, tornadoes. We had an earthquake one time.
We had blizzards.
We had heat waves.
But blizzards are different than hurricanes.
I feel like a blizzard is worse.
Yes, I hate the fucking snow.
I hate the snow. A blizzard, if I had a choice between a hurricane and a blizzard, I would pick the hurricane all day.
It's just sharp rain.
Yeah, being surrounded by 14 feet of snow is not ideal for me, and I just hate it. No, thank you.
Try driving in the snow.
Yep,
it's not
been
it.
there.
It's not it.
It's not it. I had to go to work in a blizzard one time, and I had to walk. It was crazy.
Bro, I hit a car once in a blizzard.
And you left?
And I drove away. And then I remember being at work and seeing a cop walk into my store. And I'm like, oh my God, they found me. They followed the tracks. They done got me. You know what it's like trying to run away from the cops, bro? Nah. I don't actually know what it's like to run away from the cops. But you know who does know how to run away?
Sure you don't.
Spike Spiegel, baby. Spike Spiegel knows how to run away.
Yep.
And if you're not sure what I'm referencing to, let's break it down. Let's get into who Spike Spiegel is in particular. Spike Spiegel is part of, what is he a part of?
It's like a team.
It's
squad.
Well, he's a squad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a bounty hunter in the show Cowboy Bebop. It follows characters. It follows Jet, Spike. You got Faye, who comes in a little bit later. You've got Ed and Ein, who also come in. Ed is a girl who, for the longest time, I thought Ed was a guy, and then I
did too.
He wasn't. I was like,
but they mentioned
shit.
that. They mentioned that in the show, right? Mm-hmm. You're not, right? That's all, like,
Yeah. No, and it's just basically, Spike and Jet are bounty hunters, and that's how they make their livings. But they're not really good at it. They're not really good at making a living at being a bounty hunter. They literally do be living that broke life.
Yeah.
And it just follows the storyline between how their relationship kind of expands. You think of it at first as just a business kind of relationship, and the more you get into the show, it breaks down the characters and shows the different layers of who they are. And as we continue, we'll break it down a little bit more and kind of get into the mechanisms of each of them. And like I said before, especially Spike.
I remember, so I did watch Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, so I watched most of it, but I did miss a couple of the last episodes, but I read some spoilers, so I'm here for it. I did watch a lot of it, and I remember certain parts and certain characters that I remember really liking Faye, and I remember really liking Ed as well. And Spike is dope, and Spike's whole storyline from beginning to end is great.
I think what I like about Cowboy Bebop in general is, you have a lot of people who think anime is weird, right? Why anime is for children? This and that, blah, blah, blah. Why would you watch it? I feel like Cowboy Bebop is one of those animes that show you that it's not just a kid's show. It really dives into a broken man, because let's be honest, Spike is a broken man. And it's not just a kid's show. I personally probably would wait until my kid's a little bit older to watch a show like Cowboy Bebop, because although it's really cool, there's a lot of shooting and there's a lot of guns, and quite frankly, that's not something I want my child to be,
and blood
to be watching.
Wait, I watched that growing up. What does it say about me?
Well, we're not gonna get into that. This is about
How dare you?
this is about Spike. This is about Spike, not about AJ. Now I don't think we have enough time to dive into that. Listen. I say that knowing full well I'm the same way.
You're not my therapist. I can't come here and just drop all of my emotions on you.
Not yet. Not until I get certified. Not until I get certified.
For you, what makes Spike one of your favorite anime characters of all time?
The thing about Spike is that even like thinking about it, what is it exactly about this man that has me so just like sunken in? Because I'm down bad from his like nonchalant personality. But I think honestly, what does it for me is that this is a man who lives his life in this kind of, he lives his life like it's a dream. And for me, there's something about the inner workings of the mind when you can see, hey, you're actually not okay. And seeing how you're going to maneuver on a day-to-day basis like this is fascinating to me. Baby boy needs a therapist real bad.
Yeah, and he's also I noticed about Spike as I rewatch some things, he's very impulsive, huh? He doesn't really
100%.
think about his choices. He doesn't really think about the choices that he makes. So it was a lot of like him just kind of like, if it was about Julia, it's over.
But that's
you
it
know
right
what I mean?
there. You said it. If it was about Julia, it was over. He was in it. He's impulsive. He only takes on dangerous cases because he lives his life like it's a dream. This is a man who has already died. Let's be real. This man lost a part of himself, but he's still stuck on Spike is a man that is stuck.
I mean, he lost his eye.
But
like,
they don't really tell you how he does it, but the way that it's referenced, this whole thing of his eye and the significance of his eye. For those of you guys who don't know, Spike has a fake eye. He says he lost it in an accident way back when. They don't really dive into it. You just see flashes in nightmares when he has it. But
so all the men out there, if you have a glass eye, hit True up in her DMs.
But if it's facing another way, if you can't look me straight in the eye, listen, there's something about a man who can't look me straight in the eye that makes me want to run. That's a shout out to Sherman. Those of the listeners who know who Sherman is will understand that reference. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, I feel like it's given. I feel like it depends on what the eye looks like, but it may give skin suit.
Rolls a little bit, but there's a beautiful reference where it shows the relationship between him and Faye when he references this, where he tells her in one of the episodes where she needs to settle up with her past, right? She needs to let it go in order for her to move forward. But this is a man who's literally stuck in time. He refuses to let go of his past. In his eye, he only sees the past, right? And I think it's his left eye he sees the past, the right eye he sees the future, or the present, I should say.
Yes.
And he can't move anywhere. He's stuck. And that is so heartbreaking to see a broken man.
I feel like maybe reaching here, maybe getting a little metaphorical here, but it's like, it's like his past, he's stuck with his brain is stuck between the past and the 100%. Present.
That's not reaching. That's not reaching at all. You hit it right on the money.
And like, so he can't choose between the past and the present because he's stuck in the middle. And the middle is his brain. Like that's that's insane.
There's this scene where he's on a ship and the crew members that he's talking to, they're freaking out because they're just like, hey, we can't land this thing. And he's in this thing alone. So it's like, what the fuck is going to happen with this ship? You would freak out if you're on a ship that you don't know how it's going to land and you could possibly die, right? Spike lights a fucking cigarette, right? And he goes, whatever happens, happens, man. I want to hold him so bad because this man does not care about his life because his life was with Julia. This fucking bitch. All right, Julia. Let's talk about Julia for a second because...
To pause real fast, how do you feel this way about Spike, but you felt the way about Sammy and Ron? How'd that work?
First of all, how dare you bring up another episode during this episode? Why would you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you're stuck in the past when you need to be focusing on the present.
Is that so?
That's what's happening.
Is that so? It sounds like you're making excuses for this tall, one-eyed man.
It sounds like everybody needs therapy in here. Okay, it sounds like everybody need a little bit of therapy. That's what it sounds like.
Just a little bit.
But in order for you to understand Spike, you need to understand his history. Spike was part of the Syndicate, and he was a very powerful member. He did a lot of bad things. At the beginning, you get the... Yeah.
So the Syndicate is basically
a gang,
what?
The mafia,
it's like...
saying, like... Yeah.
Okay,
you get the sense that Spike grew up in the slums, right? He ended up, motherfucker broke. Been broke all his life, okay? Been broke all... I love me a broke man.
Yep.
I love me a toxic man. Can we... True's red flag? Oh, you're broke? Let me take care of you. I can fix
you. Get a 200 credit score? What?
Goodbye.
Do me in.
But, eventually he turns into the thug life. And he was a very powerful member of the Syndicate. And when it came to the point between him and essentially his counterpart, Vicious, it came a point where the two of them were up for the same position, basically taking a big leadership role in the Syndicate. Spike wanted nothing to do with it. Mission gone bad. He needs to get recovered. Julia is the one who helps him heal, helps him recover. In the midst of this, he falls in love with her. And I think before that, he has gotten a glimpse of her. And that's like, it says that he fell in love at first sight.
Yeah, can I be honest? Julia kind of boring. No?
Oh, 100%.
Like, she kind of like
regular schmegular woman. Schmegular woman.
Like, nothing against Julia, but like, Faye was right there. Like,
Faye was right there. I low-key shipped them so bad, but he was down bad for this woman. And the worst of it all, that was Vicious's girl. He done stole her right from under him.
But I feel like they don't really give us a lot of backstory of how Vicious ended up with Julia, right? So like,
he met her first.
It could be
Spike said, "Finders keepers. I want her."
But yeah, exactly. But I think between Vicious and Julia, I think their background is she probably got with Vicious for protection or something.
Safety,
you know what I mean?
Protection.
Safety.
Yeah.
I see and Spike probably knew that. And so like he probably like, Vicious, you don't really care about this girl anyway. You only want her because you could protect her.
You only want her because I want her.
Yeah.
That's the sense because he motherfucker got pissed. And so Spike came up with a plan. He's like, let's fake our deaths. Let's run away together and let's leave this all behind. We could start a new life together. He was trying. My man was like, you know what? I've seen life one way my whole life, but with you, I think there can be a possibility for something new. And you know what that is? That is so groundbreaking for someone who has lived their lives in general, not even an anime related, to only have one set view and to have someone or something happen in your life where you're just like, oh shit, I think I can see things differently. Maybe it doesn't have to be this way all the time. And then to have that ripped away from you, Julia never showed up at this place of where they were supposed to meet.
Yeah.
He went through with his plan to fake his death and to run away, right? But at this point, what is he running away from? You know, he doesn't know where Julia is. He doesn't know anything about her. And now he's like, what the fuck is the point of living if even when you do try to start something new, for what? He didn't have anything. He didn't gain anything.
But I think that's his flaw, right? His flaw is
his character flaw.
his character flaw is that he never puts himself first. And so his character flaw, even as he might seem like a selfish character, right? That's just the surface level of his character.
Oh, yes.
I feel like
yes.
He puts his issue is he tries to put on the front like he doesn't care, and he cares the most. And that is the issue. That is the issue with Spike. That's where he, even to the bitter end, he's still putting Julia before him, right? And he even put Julia before his entire crew, even when they tried to stop him. And
and like that's the thing that like is just so fascinating to me about Spike, is that he tries so hard to make it seem like he doesn't care, right? He says, what are the 3 things I dislike the most? Women, children, and animals. Why are all 3 on my ship right now? And he tries so hard to make it seem like I could care less about you guys. Like, you are a means to an end. I don't care about you. Gives advice to Faye. Tries to save her plenty of times. Puts his life at risk for her. Tries to save Ein and Ed. Like, if you don't care about these guys, then what are you doing? Not to mention the fact that Jet, that's his fucking brother. Shut up. Don't tell me nothing.
I would argue that he's a brother / like father figure in a way. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the cracks in his facade with these characters when they come into play, when they come onto the ship. It's like, you want to make it seem like you don't care about anybody, but we can see what you're trying to put off.
All you care about is them. And he's so focused on Julia that he can't see that he has everything that he needs right in front of him.
And it's all because he can't let her go, right? He can't let, I just want to hug him so bad. Like, damn.
I want to hug them. I want to hug him. I want to give him a therapist, a psychologist.
Okay, I agree. But also, like, I guess there's just like that softness in me when it comes to, like, you know what, it's a scary thing to put yourself out there. It's a scary thing to try something new when all you've ever known is this set thing. And then for you to say, hey, with you, I think I could try. Meet me halfway. Meet me there. All you got to do is show up. And then she doesn't show up.
I mean,
just finds out.
But spoiler alert, she shows up, but then she like fucking dies. She's such a waste of a character.
That's years after the fact, though. He's gone years without seeing her, without knowing anything about her, without knowing whether she was alive or dead. And when you had mentioned there was a point where he heard Julia on the ship and they were trying to stop him, and he was like, I gotta go. He thinks for a second, oh my God, she's alive. I need to go find out for myself. But then you find out it's Vicious using her name for drug deals. And so yet again, he's confronted with fucking Vicious. Vicious can suck a dick, bro. Honestly, Vicious goddamn. But I guess every protagonist needs an antagonist, and I guess he was a good one. You know what I'm saying? I got that pop figure with the 2 of them in the last scene fighting together. Whatever.
Yeah, like
anything to protect my baby Spike. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. But without Vicious, you wouldn't have a Spike.
You know what? I'll give you that. You that.
Spike wouldn't have a story.
I'll give you that.
Spike wouldn't have a story.
But it's just so funny to me when people disregard anime. And I know, I know I can be annoying when it comes to anime, but stories like this where you have real-time characters, I mean, when Faye recovers her memories, right?
Yeah.
She becomes terrified of, like, she's got abandonment issues. She's like, the vessel is all I know. The Bebop is all I know. I need you to stay. But he's like, nah, bro, I'm on my way to fucking die. He's resolved himself in like, after Julia dies, he's resolves himself into this future of what's I gotta wake up from the dream, right?
Yeah.
Because he's lived his whole life in this sense of life ain't nothing but a dream.
While we're on the subject of just Spike and Cowboy Bebop in general, I want to say shout out to the goddamn music. The music was so fucking good.
Ooh,
it was so good.
That opener.
Oh, it's so good.
That opener is iconic. Like, I feel like you could hear that anywhere, and the only thing you could associate it with is Cowboy Bebop.
Listen, it's so good. Who's the composer of that? Can you look that up? I can't.
What? Who is the composer? Give me a second. Let's see. I can't spell. So it seems here that the composer of the Cowboy Bebop opener is Yoko Kanno.
Nice.
Tank is a song that was composed by him or her. I don't really know. Don't want to misgender you. I apologize if I have.
But every single episode is just beautifully composed with like the best, what do you call like scene music? I can't remember what it's called.
I think it is called scene music.
Is it called scene music? No, it's called music in the background is called of a film is called the
score.
The score.
The
there you go.
Score.
Yeah, the musical score. Yeah.
Yes,
that's what we said.
Score.
That's what we said.
Is that what we said? Now I'm confused. Not you trying to gaslight me into thinking that's what we said. The musical score of Cowboy Bebop is a work of art. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. It goes perfectly it just goes hand in hand with the anime. And also, shout out to them actually having like black characters that aren't racist.
Yes.
They have a whole blaxploitation episode of Cowboy Bebop. Can we talk about corgis and how I hate corgis?
Hey, so listen. Okay, no. Real quick, Ein, no disrespect to Ein. Literally, I have a bandana with Ein on it that, I represent him. Only I work in vet med. So when I wear it, people are like, bitch, you like corgis? No, I fucking hate corgis. So listen, long time ago, long before I got into vet med, I would go to Corgi Con and I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. They're so cute. You try to do anything to those little Ottomans. They are the worst dogs in vet med. They are the worst dogs to handle. I hate corgis. Let it be known.
Me personally, I just don't like really tiny dogs. That's for me. That's like I like a medium-sized dog. Actually,
I love me a Chihuahua.
That's a lie.
I love me a Chihuahua.
I don't like French bulldogs. I don't like regular bulldogs. I don't like
cephalic dogs are not good.
Yeah, I like a miniature Doberman. But like, I don't know, corgi for me, they just were never vicious. A cute dog to me. I don't know.
They're all vicious. I thought they were really cute, and then I started working in vet med, and I was like, wow, they spawned from hell. They literally spawned from hell.
You know, the Queen of England had like a full pack of corgis. Like she had like 8 of them.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Like the ones you see out in like on social media, corgi cons, those are all well-trained Ottomans. All the other ones spawned from hell.
Well,
I mean, if they all were like Ein from Cowboy Bebop, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
He was a smart dog, but
well, he was. What was he? AI intelligence.
Yeah.
A data dog.
Yeah. So he wasn't.
If only
that whole episode with a bunch of corgis. Remember that? You remember that episode?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now we cooking.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just because of me starting in vet med, but the idea of like even thinking back on that scene, no thank you. I can't do all those dogs. I don't know. As the years have gone by, I'm like, you want to give me a room full of cats? I'll take it any day of the week. Room full of dogs? Somebody better sedate me.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody better sedate me. Well, they get to licking, hopping, and jumping. No.
Well, speaking of sedate, do you want to hit this commercial break and then we'll come on back?
Let's go into a little commercial break because the trivia game I got for you is popping. Let's go.
Am I going to fail? Yes. Am I gonna still be happy? Yes.
What?
I don't know if I'm gonna be good at this trivia.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Listen.
All right.
Wait. How does that opener go? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Something like that. Anyway, let's go. Let's get into this commercial real quick.
Yep. Have you ever been sitting across from your lover and you thought, this is over. This is it. I quit. The Breakup app is where you can handle such a delicate situation but annoying task. Just send your partner an automated message sent by one of our representatives. No more messy discussions about how you're just in different places in your life. Eliminate the awkward in your life. Listen to one of our reps' messages sent by one of our customers.
Hey, Jeff, this is a message from Rebecca. to tell you she don't want to be with you no more. Feel free to never call her or text her again with your cheating, lying, no good, bottom of the barrel, driving her car around town ass. And how about you?
Let's just say Rebecca was satisfied, and she hasn't heard from Jeff since. The Breakup app will always automatically delete all photos and pictures from your phone and your social media. And for $2.99 extra, we will block your ex on everything. So, it's time you cut those ties and get the Breakup app. You can find the Breakup app on our website. Just go to our website and download the Breakup app.
Welcome back, AJ. I'm so glad that you survived our little commercial break. I hope you were mentally preparing for this. Listen, it's so easy a baby could do it. Probably. A real smart baby. Maybe if he was infected with like whatever Ein was infected with to become the way that he is, possibly. But I believe in you, so it's fine. It's no big deal. It's honestly, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's start off real strong.
Okay.
Let's go right here. Let's start off
with, like I said before, I watched it a long time ago, so I have memories, but they're a little foggy. So imagine, like, I watched it pre-pandemic, and then we went into a pandemic. So I feel like that's a valid excuse.
I hope. You know what? Let's just start it off. Let's just see. What are the lyrics at the beginning of Tank, the Cowboy Bebop opening song?
All right, I think it's time we blow this joint or something like that. Yeah, that's it.
Bruh, I think it's time we blow this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Get everybody and their stuff together. Okay, 3, 2,
I got half
1,
it right. Half a point.
Come on. I'll give you 0.25 of a point.
0.25 of a point. Half a point for Gryffindor, please.
I'll give you half a point. Half a point.
Right.
I will give you the other half of the point if you can tell me what the Bebop was originally built as.
What was it originally built as? Meaning like what? Like what?
Like what was it intended for?
It was intended for? What was it intended for?
Yeah.
Exactly. I get 1 point.
What? What did you say it was intended for?
You asked me what it was intended for. I said exactly what it was intended for. You said yes.
It was originally built as a fishing vessel.
Oh, okay. It was originally built as a fishing vessel.
It was a fishing vessel.
I got that point.
Secondhand by Jet. You don't get that point.
Wait, I got the point.
Secondhand. Baboso. It was purchased secondhand by Jet, and he upgraded it, and it eventually became the home to him, Spike, Faye, Ed, and Ein.
So true. I got that point right. I got that point right.
You do not get that point. Not even a little bit. Okay, this one should be a little easier. It comes with multiple choice options. Okay. Which of the following was not a description of Radical Edward as told by Jet by various informants in Jammin' with Edward?
Okay.
A 7-foot-tall basketball player. B, a redhead. C, an alien. D, a 3-year-old.
A redhead.
A redhead, yes! I will give you that point.
Hey.
I will give you that point.
Hey.
This one, okay, honestly, if you don't get this one, I'm gonna be offended and quite frankly, disrespected.
Well, prepare yourself.
I'm not even gonna give you the multiple choice because you should know this.
No, give me the multiple choice. Give me the multiple choice.
No, I'm just gonna say it, and if you don't know it, I'm gonna put you in a headlock. Ready? This member of the Bebop has one artificial eye.
Oh, that's Spike.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cause we talked. See, I knew that part. I definitely knew that one.
That's why I was like, you better know this. You better know this. Okay, last one. We'll end it off with just a smooth sailing for you. Smooth sailing for you. Which I think honestly, I believe in you. I think you can handle this one. For real.
Listen, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside.
Are you reading from the Bible?
No, that's Whitney Houston. Oh my God.
Okay,
that's making the edit.
Okay, ready?
Wait.
What?
Is that from the Bible? Yes. Sorry. All right, go.
Who were?
I'm sorry.
Boy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who were the original 2 crew members of the Bebop?
Oh, Jet and Spike.
Ding!
All right,
you
yay.
have won the grand prize of knowing what Cowboy Bebop is about.
Yeah, semi knowing. I told you I watched it. I just didn't watch all the episodes. So we're getting there. I'll probably finish it soon. I swear.
You know who says that? Sound like we gonna hang out soon. Never hangs out.
No, really. I think I only have like 2 episodes left of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, the best part of the series, the last 2 episodes. I mean, overall, what do you take away from Cowboy Bebop?
Overall, what do I take from Cowboy Bebop? I think I learned the lessons from Spike that he didn't learn, which was appreciate the crew around you.
He appreciates them in his own way. Leave him be, jeez.
But in the end, he didn't. So
you literally said that he puts other people before himself, and in the end, he chose himself. In the end, he was like, I gotta do this for me because I need to stop living my life in this way. He's like, I gotta wake up from the dream.
Yeah, and the guise of his anger for Julia dying. So like,
he never processed her death or lack thereof beforehand.
Well, he didn't process a lot of things.
I guess after, you know. Yeah, you're right. He ain't processed a lot of things. I would still say, give this anime a shot if you're trying to like dip your toes into this world. If this is, you know, a completely different element and a different realm, I think this is a great way to ease into it because it's not too heavy on the woo woo magic of friendship kind of stuff, and it's real. You can relate to certain characters. Yes, it's set in the future, and unrealistic things occur on a day-to-day basis, but there's a lot of themes in there that a human being in general can just relate to. And the way that I want to end the podcast, I want to read you guys a little excerpt from the show that I hope you can take away from you and gets you to at least give it watch an episode, just one episode, all right? So until next time, here's a quote. Look in my eyes, Faye. One of them is fake because I lost it in an accident. Since then, I've been seeing the past in one eye and the present in the other. So I thought I could only see patches of reality, never the whole picture. I felt like I was watching a dream I could never wake up from. Before I knew it, the dream was all over. Ladies and gentlemen, by Spike Spiegel.
If you enjoyed the Nostalgia Untitled podcast, please feel free to give us a follow on all our social media apps and the link in the bio. Or if you're on Spotify, you can go follow us on Instagram, Nostalgia Untitled. Bye!